Thursday, the 24th of August. Cheers. Another hot night. It was another hot night. It sure was. Another hot day today. Heat index is supposed to get up to about 112, 110. It was 113 yesterday. It's been something else. Hope you folks are okay. Cheers. So, let me focus a little bit on myself right now because of the RAF upcoming show and stuff, okay? So, excuse me. All right, so interest is high outside of Omaha in the album RAF No Salvation. That is a very well-designed album cover by our lead singer, Kelly. He goes by Kelly RAF, but his last name is, it's French. I always forget it. I think it's Kelly Callier. All the people in RAF, including me, are really talented and, for the most part, talented beyond what they actually personally recognize. As I get older, I try to give myself much more love and respect for who I am. But it's still a struggle for the other guys in RAF. I say that because Kelly, who designed this, it seems to hardly register when you tell him how good he is. We all have issues. So I had shown you this, and now it's complete. The sticker, I got the RAF sticker for this. There are 15 copies of this. This is the green translucent test pressing. But in fact, there's actually only going to be 10 of these that made available because 5 went to the band, one for each member. I already have people trying to get one of these from me. I received a DM this morning about it, and all I can say is the band is democratic and we rule by committee. We had a rather chaotic committee meeting after the rehearsal last night. But thankfully it went well mainly because I insisted, and also Paul insisted, that we just focus. It's hard for us to focus when we talk. We're so different. But the band is insisting that no one gets to buy anything until the show. So the person that offered to try to buy this, now, and offered a nice price, if there's any left after the show, then I can sell it to you. Sorry, that's what the band wants. I don't think I've ever shown this. It's hard to see because it's a cassette. But this is the first incarnation of the band RAF, and a cassette that we put out in 1986, was it? 86, yep. These Days of Tears, No Time Records. We recorded this in my basement of my old house, which no longer is standing. It's the same house where I recorded NoFX and several other local punk bands. This is a collector's item. The last time one of these was sold, it's listed on Discogs. The last one that could be found that could be sold for $100. We have a legacy. The band has quite a legacy. Right quick, along with cassettes, because I have some sitting on the shelf here, if you can find one of these, good luck. This is a cassette put out by me in the country of Greece. Wastasis. This is some ambient sound work put out by the Impact Records label. Good luck finding one of those. So I'm stoked and getting more stoked about just playing with the guys in front of people, because rehearsal is tough in many ways, because the majority of the guys see us from our roots starting in the hardcore punk scene. It really kind of does us a disservice. We're far more than a punk band. I agree with my friend Alan Hicks, who said you guys are more like, you're just a hard rock band. You sound like Rush sometimes. I love that assessment of his, and I agree with it, that we're far more than a punk rock band. You know, we're a very hard charging band. You could even call us metal almost. So that's about to happen. Only other things I have down here to show was I just posted this. I didn't play it. I think I'll play one of these today. Yesterday was the anniversary date of the U.S. release of this album by Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced, in 1967. And this is the official reissue double album by the Hendrix estate. I still remember the first time I heard it, and I still remember the first time I saw it. First time I saw it really made an impression on me, you know, to see a black man like that, especially here in Omaha, where it's just so behind the times. You know, I was still in, I was 13, 12, 13 when I saw that, and I was with my friends. I was with Buddy Miles's cousin, John Pennington, who was one of my childhood friends at the time. I've told that story about, you know, growing up with the Buddy Miles's family. And I was with John and another kid, Butler, who we were like the three musketeers. And all three of us were blown away. We'd never seen a black person look like that. It was life-changing. Here I have a Japanese pressing of it that came out in the 80s. Now, when I posted this, someone online said, "Is that the fake one with the bass all messed up?" I said, I don't know nothing about that. So they're telling me I need to play this and put on headphones, and supposedly it's way out of balance, that the bass is all on one side. We'll see. I've had this for a long time. It's a legitimate Japanese reissue of the album. I'll put it on and see if it's messed up like that. Sometimes when people ask things or make comments online, they seem I don't know, they just strike me kind of funny. Anyway, the only thing that I really played yesterday, besides, because I practiced RAF before going to rehearsal again, I listened to most of this. I don't have it on vinyl. Night Ride Home by Joni Mitchell. Came out in the 90s, did it? 91. Coming from the Cold tried to be a hit for her, but the title track, Night Ride Home, is just gorgeous. The whole album is. It's really recorded well. It's beautiful. It just sounds wonderful, you know, musically. And her voice, oh, it shines. Joni Mitchell is one of a kind. She is a rare treasure. Joni Mitchell, love her. I decided that I don't have any plans to get the recent live album where she had the comeback with Brandi Carlile. Is that her name? That would be, for me, buying it would be more of a sentiment rather than to listen to, because Joni's voice is, you know, it's dropped and it's hard for her to sing. Now, I liked hearing her sing when she could sing. So, interesting comments yesterday about AI. Folks, I really would like to see a bright future with AI, but because we live in such a big world with such a mixture of people, people with ways and means often don't have good intentions. And it seems to me, I just watch it over and over in the world, as people acquire wealth and power, they close ranks and forget about the rest of the world. So I am not at all hopeful about the future of AI. The idea that it's just going to be used for fun and beneficial things, that's bullshit. There's already plenty of evidence that that's not going to be the case, and it isn't the case already. So, I meet up with Hank in a couple hours, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, folks, let me know how you're doing.